Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be going over lists. Lists are the Python equivalent of arrays and other programming languages. I would even argue that it's probably the most common data type that there are. So a list is basically just a whole bunch of numbers that are grouped together. To declare a list in Python, we can type our variable name. So I'm going to say my list, and I'm going to set that equal to some empty brackets. Now this syntax right here is showing us that this variable myList is going to have the type of list. So if we print this out, print out myList, and we'll print the type of myList. As you can see right here, we get brackets and a class of list. Now right now this list is empty. That's what's noted by these brackets and has nothing inside of them. To add something to our list, we can do something such as myList.append. And now in these parentheses, we can append an item to our list. So let's say we want to append the item of an integer 1. Now when we run this and print our list, as you can see right here, 1 is now contained inside of our list. So let's add a few more items in there. Let's add 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now when we run this and we print our list, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 all in our list. Now remember how I said before that Python is an object-oriented programming language? And this list is actually an object. Now when we use this dot syntax and dot append, this is actually a method of this data type, which is a list. And there are lots of other types of methods that we can use on lists. Another method we can use is dot index. Now, what this does is returns the index number of a specific item in the list. So if I put in here 2 and I print this out, down here we see we get 1. Now where does this 1 come from? Well, an index is the position in which an item is found in a list. Indices range from 0 to n. So the first number always starts with 0, and then you count up 1, 2, 3, 4. In this list right here, 1 would be at index 0, 2 would be at index 1, and so on. To get the item from an index, we can say myList, and now to index a list, we use the brackets once again, and we can put on our index. So if we say index 0 and print this, let me comment this out so we can see it more clearly, we get 1. So at index 0, the item there is 1. And here, when we did myList.index, we're finding the index of where the item 2 is. So in this, the indices here would be 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So when we print this out, finding index, it should return us 1. And that's what we get right here. Now, another method we can use is pop. When we do pop, all it does is just removes the last element in the list. So now we added in all 5 of these, and if I show you that, so we added in all 5 to the list, we're gonna print the list, then we're going to pop and then print the list again. And when we run this, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is our original list, and then we pop, and then we get 1, 2, 3, 4. It just removed the last item in our list. Another pretty useful method is reverse. What this method does is just basically reverse our list. So you see our list right here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When we reverse our list, we get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 right here. Another pretty popular method is sort. So let's say we want to sort this list and we run it and nothing really changed. Well, that's because we've already printed this and we've already inserted all these numbers in order. So let's change around some numbers. Let's say this is 31, this is 10, we'll say this is 49. And now when we run this, we get 10, 2, 31, 49, 5. And when we sort it and we print it, we get 2, 5, 10, 31, 49 in order. Now we can also do operations on lists as well. So let's say that we have our list here like normal, right? 10, 2, 31, 49, 5. Now, what do you think happens when we multiply our list by 2? You might think it comes in here and multiplies 2 to every single element. However, if we print out our list now, as you can see, we get 10, 2, 31, 49, 5, which is our original list, and then we get another 10, 2, 31, 49, 5. So what this does is just replicates their list. And we can do this more by saying mylist2, and without having to append elements into this list as well, we can just insert them initially. So we can say 10 or 20, 289, 2,983, and 1. And now if we print mylist2, oops, sorry about that. We print mylist2, we get our list 20, 289, 2,983, and 1. And now if we add on my list, as you can see, now we get our 10 to 31, 49, 5 from my list added on to the end of my list 2. And this creates one whole big list. That's really all there is for the basics of lists or arrays. In our next video, we'll be looking at if and else statements.